they made a game with a hot girl, I'm upset. As far as I'm concerned, she's unrealistic, 'cause she doesn't have a flat chest like I do. He's gonna coom, it's a typical goon's day night. He's stripping girls and the kinda games I don't like, 'cause jiggle physics are Holocaust Part 2. She wears short skirts, I look like yogurt. She gets attention and I get my feelings hurt. Dreaming about the day when I wake up and find that I was a different gender this whole freaking time. If they could see that actually I'm what's beautiful, there is more to life than Sydney Sweeney's titties. Sydney Sweeney's titties. Sydney Sweeney's titties. Stupid male gaze and photoshopped magazines. Filters should only exist for people like me. Tweeting in the girls' bathroom, thinking to myself, I make them all queasy. Her body, my choice. Cover your femininity. I'm saving you from objectifying misogyny. Gratuitous displays of jiggling boobs have ruined my whole freaking weekend mood. I am right here, love me or you hate queers. Heterosis normative behavior has me in tears. Dreaming about the day when I wake up and find that the capitalist patriarchy go bye-bye. You stupid sexist bigot coomers just love porn. That's the only reason girls get you horny, but never girls like me. Stop resisting our pronoun gaslighting. Big stupid boobs are not that exciting. You harm society. Jerking too pretty. Stop jerking too pretty. Have you ever thought that pretty is me? It is, ma'am. It is, ma'am. Oh, I'd have sand in my vagina if it weren't a cock and balls. Gonna infiltrate your media, give women massive jaws. Mandate butch and gay, no titty masculinity. Ugly reach into your dreams, Freddy Krueger on his knees. Can't you see the modern audience demands you change your standards of beauty diversity? Not token pandering. Shaved head, dyed hair, piercings, androgyny. Everything will suit my sensitivity. He's only bigots disagree. Right side of history. Accept my conditioning. Frick Sydney Sweeney's titties. I identify as pretty. Identify pretty. You identify as pretty. A padded cell in a straitjacket. You hear that? Straight jacket. Hello, beta testers. One thing not enough people mention as it pertains to the game developers screaming in a field at their religious retreat is the price of the tickets, which are well in excess of $1,000. There were over 50 diversity and inclusion meetings at GDC. This is why your games are the way they are, why a woman's body specifically is so offensive. Xbox has some things to say about that, but Xbox isn't worth my time. Apparently, Kotaku journalists asking for information about YouTubers is. Including but not limited to streaming personality and aspiring conehead Asmongold. Why, you may ask? Why would this person be seeking dirt on people like Melanie Mac? It's because they'll do and they'll say anything chasing clout on their newspaper of a platform The activists posing as journalists and developers currently defending racists online, as well as holding hands with a publication that's been a joke as far back as when our favorite Jewish journalist Jason worked there. And boy, did he have some strong feelings about the makeup of the studios not reflecting his preferred rainbow of ethnicities, genders, and shaved or dyed-haired styles. Because that's what makes games better, right? At least in his mind. And how he feels should matter more than the gamer, the person paying. A sentiment that I try to remind people is still alive and well among the types to defend SBI, like Eurogamer. The attention-seeking entity who is so proud of her own misinterpretation of racism that they put it in their banner is defending other racists at Sweet Baby Inc. who incited a targeted harassment campaign that they were then suspended for, that liars like Paul Tassi refused to report on, instead of mocking the fact that the entity within all men are enemies tattoo went into the Discord, created after Sweet Baby Inc.'s initial harassment, immediately demanding personal information to try to ruin lives in her inevitable article that would deliberately omit vital context in an attempt to frame the victim as a harasser. They know this, and they don't care because they hate you. All of those thumbnails, it's not exactly hyperbole, exaggeration, clickbait. Now, they hate you. And because of that, they'll do whatever mental gymnastics to justify their treatment of you. It's a shame Cabrutus wasn't trans, because I'd love to show how viciously I would have defended anyone who was maliciously targeted by someone so ass-backwards and confused as Chris Kindred, that needs to have things to say about their misunderstanding again of a character as it pertains to Akira Toriyama's body of work. Bodied is what people get in the comment section after their hilariously ignorant takes, a reaction that they're fishing for to add to their mountain of look how mean people are. They kicked the beehive, the bees sting. Woke reporters only report that the bees are stinging. What assholes those bees must be. But there's context here. Context you're aware to avoid. For the big coward creators suddenly copying homework of people like me without issuing credit, gamers have been mercilessly mocked for their bravery in standing in truth against the gaslighting from people who can never just stop at being wrong or disagreeing. It must instantly escalate to harassment, threats, and cancellation attempts. Whenever you see people talking about risk, that's what they're talking about. Longtime testers on my channel from the Avengers days can name transgenders exclusively who needed to bring up Dia because of my factual recognition of a garbage video game. My name is Kyle. Black guy, does it fuck up your agenda? And one thing I love about Dragon Ball Z is the concept of concealing or diminishing your power level to trick scouters, figurative or literal. I repeat, when you're good at something, you'll tell everyone. But when you're great at something, everyone will tell you. The gaming industry is full of talkers, not doers. They have to tell because they can't show. They cannot create, but love to denigrate. And simply recognizing this is to court risk. Lately, my cup of noisy, unapologetically racist activists in the gaming industry runneth over, and I've been forced to flex my command of a language to remind the lazy Tumblr developers triggered over my checkmark that they are in fact mere check boxes that have, are, and will, ironically, be indiscriminately fired, as money is now tight like the pussies you wish you had. So if the truth makes me a bigot, and liars and racists who deliberately disinform and resist facts like Raiders Ark of the Covenant, then so be it. I enjoy games. And it's obvious because I spotlight the hypocrisy of posers like Keely Grubb and Paul Tassi of Forbes, or insert whatever mouth-open shill fucking loser that can't be real. You know what I'm talking about? They demand the women, specifically in the video games, be realistic and not exaggerated because fantasy and service are words that don't mean what the dictionary defines them as. Funny how often the dictionary needs to motherfucking change. Selfish, piss-stained behavior has them refusing to acknowledge even the best-selling game of the year beta testers. So in case you need to hear it from me, they don't run things. We are run things. Can I get a Captain Planet? The power is yours. Your wish is their command. And if their choice, when paid, is to burn your food and complain about how hard it is to cook and somebody died in the kitchen, it shouldn't be exclusively cooks back there because that isn't inclusive, then we can take our business elsewhere. Call us whatever names you want. If these woke, white, male, and heterosexuality-hating studios wish to pump out one more forgettable turd and call it a game before their studio shuts down, we applaud them in their endeavor. Brave of you! Send us a picture of the fucking pride flags in the game, but we will viciously defend anyone you incorrectly accuse of unlawful or rule-breaking activity. In your failed brigade, with your like-minded alphabet cult of eager cancelers who refuse logic and avoid the truth. Woke should believe in trigger warnings to spare people unwanted experiences, putting aside how selfish most of you woke motherfuckers are, considering you only consider the sensibilities of your own kind. In a more kind world, perhaps everybody should be afforded the choice to avoid things that, they don't want, elements that might, oh God, what am I, you know what I mean? I can't even meet you on your terms because you're fucking hypocrites. The paradoxically uninformed racist defenders in gaming right now are exactly the police that are mad as hell because some people too informed. You ever see cops and how they switch their tune when they can tell they're dealing with somebody? Look up a video of like a cop talking to a lawyer that they pulled over or something. And when they realize, you know what I'm saying? So look, GDC Tumblr Con's January 6th will be a game developer for the history books, but do you think anyone got arrested? And I say this not joking, because someone got roofied. Again. So I'm going to say the again part again, because it's happened before. And at this point, we're honestly thinking some of you game developer activists will do anything for attention because look how desperate you are for people to talk about you, tattooing all men are enemies and then posting about that. You had somebody record your stupid little scream and then report on that too, because none of us would have cared. None of us were there. To Grums and Asmongold specifically, I'm forced to thank you for sacrificing yourself as a lightning rod for all of this Hogwarts Legacy boycott tier attention. They're unapologetic at this point. Many of them must see the writing on the wall, and I just want nothing to do with it. These people can't take a joke. I don't consider that human. Am I considering them less human? No. The way they are acting is inhumane. You can't be racist against this race, and I'm gonna tattoo this group our enemy. Expect that coming back. You're making the world a worse place. This is a bitch licking ice cream in a store and putting it back. You know what I'm saying? So, all you need to know is that Phil Spencer, Xbox, and Microsoft brand are so pussified now that any woman who isn't flat is exaggerated. They need to be dressed for their task in a video game. So less choice equals more inclusion. Beta testers, I thank you endlessly for your ongoing support. I can't articulate properly how wonderful you've been. But after so much gaslighting, it's more intelligent for you to just back out of the, you know what I mean? This thing's about to go up. Okay? It feels like someone's chasing you trying to get your fucking fingerprints on a gun at this point. Just leave. Back away. Take some screenshots. Thank you. Oh, man. I'm sorry. Bye. Wow.